No, how come we didn't go?
Samach Gimel. What? I know. Now I have big charata. I would have been on the viral. All right. We're discussing Avi's viral video. Tnufa with the live sheep. Zuk. We're holding up Samach Gimel.
Historic moment.
Mishnah. Ha'omer harei olai b'machvas lo yovi b'marcheshes. So, we saw in the Psukim, there's 5 Minchas Nedava that the Pasuk brings, the Psukim bring. The Pasuk starts out with Soilas, and then it goes to Mafetarnur, which there's 2. There's Marcheshes and Machvas. Although they're very similar, one is in a deep pan and one is in a flat pan. But if somebody says, I want to bring a Machvas to the Beis HaMikdash, Lo yavi b'marcheshes. He's not yoitza if he brings a marcheshes. B'marcheshes lo yavi b'machvas. Ma bein machvas and marcheshes. So what is the difference? Why can't you be yoitza one with the other? Marcheshes yesh le kisui, machvas ein le kisui. Divrei Rabbi Yossi HaGlili. Rabbi Yossi HaGlili says that the difference is that one has a cover and the other one does not. Marcheshes has a cover. Machvas would be open on a flat frying pan. Rabbi Chanina sauteed. What?
Not necessarily flat.
It has a little bit of a lip.
The lip is either a cover or not a cover.
Right.
Doesn't matter the size.
I'm saying I'm just describing it, but yes, the nafkamina is the cover. Rabbi Chanina ben Gamliel oimer marcheshes amuko u'maaseh roichashim. So this is the shita that we were talking about, and when we discussed marcheshes and machvas, we brought up Rabbi Chanina ben Gamliel. He says the marcheshes is a deep fry. Umaseh roichashim. So if you peek in Rashi, this is not for the people that are very health conscious. The last word on the first line. Ukshemeniach odem etzboy ala mincha noda shemen besoicha. It has so much oil that after it's cooked, when you touch it, the oil inside it shakes. That's why it's called roichashin. Umaseh roichashin. It's like jello, like it moves. Machavas sofa umaseh koshin. Sofa over here doesn't mean necessarily to float. It means it's shallow. Umaseh koshin, and therefore, according to Rashi, it would mean, and therefore the outcome is a tougher product because the oil burns off and the bread is hard. Whereas if it's deep fried, so there's a lot of oil and it remains inside and it's soft. According to the Rambam, it's a little different. According to the Rambam, you start off with a tougher product. It's Maaseh Koshem, you start off with a thick dough. And why do you start with a thick dough? Because it's a flat pan, you don't want it to fall off the side, so you start off with a thick dough. Whereas the marcheshes, you start off with almost like a pancake batter. So if you put that on a machvas, it could fall off. It's a more liquidy dough, and therefore it's roichashin. That's according to the Rambam. But the Rashi says different. That it's the outcome that makes it kosher and rach. Says the Gemara. My time the Rabbi Yossi. Why does Rabbi Yossi say that the difference is between a cover and a not cover? That a machvas doesn't have a cover and a marcheshes has a cover. If the pshat is the marcheshes comes because of what's going. The word marcheshes would mean hidden, what's inside the heart. So in other words, Rashi says hirur avera. You come for things that are people thought about doing averas, and for that you need to bring a mincha. K'dichsiv rochash libi dover toiv. The heart is hidden, so Mela the word rochash would be hidden, and therefore it has a cover. Umachvas the osir amachabuya yapeh, and the flat pan comes for what comes out of the mouth, such as Rashi says rechilos lashon hara. K'da'amri inchi min nabach nabuche. So from the words minabach nabuche, like barking, saying something with the mouth, it's a similar lashon to machvas. Minabach, machavas. And therefore, maybe perhaps Rabbi Yossi understood that the lashon teaches us what kind of kli it is. Since it's a lashon of minabach, so therefore it's a machavas, which is flat, without a cover. Says the Gemara, if he learned it from the lashon eme ipcha, I have the exact opposite rayas. Machvas dosio amachbuya leiv dichsiv lomo nach beisel evroyach. Lavan told Yaakov Avinu, why did you hide to run away? In other words, so a machvas is hidden, not uncovered. Marcheshes, the asio arichushe, and the marcheshes comes for something that moves. Kidamri inchi, have a mirachashon sifsoise. His lips are moving. So if you're going to go based on a lashon, then I could prove it the other way around. So elo gemara gemirila. No, it has to be that Rabbi Yossi Aglili had a Kabbalah that a machvas doesn't have a cover and a marcheshes has a cover. And according to the Gra, he says gemara gemiri that Rabbi Yossi Aglili had a Kabbalah, which way to learn, which way of the two lashonos to learn. That his Kabbalah was that this is how people speak, the first way, not the second way.
Is that why you don't have to switch to another one? You can't switch to another mincha because there's a.
It's a different meaning, and the reason why you're bringing it. One that comes for Hirura Alev, one comes for Peh. Okay.
Why is it going to say that? Why didn't you just say that for the
I don't know where he got it from. Later, Ruach HaKodesh. I don't know. He understood it in not so much maybe because of the fact that the Gemara actually taught. I don't know. From the Havamin of the Gemara, he takes the Havamin and the Miskona, puts it together, sort of. Rabbi Chanina ben Gamliel Omer Marcheshes Amuko Dichsiv V'Chol Nase BeMarcheshes. Machvas Tzofa, the frying pan is flat. Dichsiv Va'al Machvas. So Marcheshes says Naso BeMarcheshes. It's done inside of the Marcheshes, so it's deep. And by Machvas it says on the Machvas, meaning it's what do you call it before? Chaim, you had some sort of saute pan? No, saute is different. Saute would be really deep, no? Like a okay, fine. Not that a what? Griddle. That's the word. Griddle. Oh, yeah, okay. But saute would be a deeper thing, I think.
Saute is a style of mincha.
You saute your onions on a flat thing. I don't know. Tarabanan.
You can saute anything in a deep or flat, doesn't make a difference. This means you fry the onions with this.
Yeah, but over here you're starting out with a lot of oil.
Saute is the style, the method of cooking, that's all.
Tarabanan. V'shamei oimrim ha'omer harei alai marcheshes yemunach at sheyov eliyom. Very interesting concept. A person says, I'm bringing a marcheshes. What did he mean? Did he mean I want to donate to the Beis HaMikdash a pan? Or did he mean I want to bring a mincha? He didn't say minchas marcheshes, he said marcheshes. So, he has to wait until Eliyahu Navi comes.
He wants to bring a knife.
Why is the oil knife? Marcheshes, we just finished describing. Time out.
I would think he's bringing a keli.
We just finished describing what a marcheshes is. Marcheshes is a type of a kli, not a type of a carbon. So
if a guy says I want to bring a carbon, he wants to bring a knife to say he can bring a carbon? No. He wants to bring a carbon.
marcheshes is a frying pan.
I understand.
So now you're going deeper.
Yes, man, taking it a step further, yes.
What would be a simple meaning that when he says Marcheshes, what's the minchas
No, because he said bi machvas, inside the machvas.
You gotta ask yourself how people talk.
He said inside the machvas, whatever comes inside the machvas. And he says without the bays, it's machvas. I want to bring a frying pan. So let the money, the whatever he put aside money. He says I'm buying with this. So let's
set aside the money.
let's peek in Taisus for a second. Taisus dibra maskum sapkilahu. So Tosis asks says the kash of him timer smack in the middle. V'amaye munach. Why do you have to wait for Eliyahu Hanavi? Yavi marcheshes u'mechaz marcheshes b'safek. Let him bring both. It's a safek. Kidajik l'kamon. Pirashti ve'en yideh ma pirashti shesh l'Elavi kol ha'sfeikos l'v'ta'atz mineder. If a person doesn't know what he did, let him bring all of them and he'll be yotzei. So the first teretz says v'shleima the ma'ir kigon the omar mois halalu oisoyle zeh l'marcheshes. He set aside money. Now he doesn't know what to do with money. So Tosfos says that's not a good teretz. Umiu kasha. The ataka mois halalu yavi mois shel chulim v'yikne b'marcheshes v'yoyim kli noder kli korim behem. So let him make it tonight. What's the problem? So then finally Tosfos says 2 lines from the end of Tosfos. V'shleimar. Kigoin shehifrish mois v'gdishon l'marcheshes k'mois sheyidrishu chachamim. I have the tikkun over here, lashon. K'mois sheyidrishu chachamim halashon. In other words, a person. So Tosfos says it's a specific case where a person what?
He's like a Lamdan one.
Yeah, he's a big Lamdan. He wants to kind of mess chachamim over. So he says, "I'm giving money on condition you understand what chachamim mean with my words. I'm going to say a word. You have to understand what it is. I'm doing a riddle here. I'm saying." Go figure out what it is. If you don't know how to figure it out, then the money is going to stay until Yanovi, and the money goes to the.
would throw him out of the business. That's what would happen.
You're a Levi, you know.
That's what the security team of the business would throw him
Yeah.
out playing games.
You gotta for something like that. You gotta speak to Mendy how it works.
They don't come to the business to play games.
Okay, Zog the Gemara. Well, it's negea. It basically means it's a theoretical. Oh, you better start behaving, Nachman. Is what he's saying. Yes. Zog the Gemara. Mesapkelu iyal shum klinikru oyal shum asayim. Ubeisel oimrim kli hoya b'migdosh umarcheshes shema v'doime kimin kalbois amoik. There's a kli that looked like a tongue. Basically, it was semicircle, and this is I think a nice depiction of it. Ukeshabotzek munag b'toichoi doime kimin tapuchei habarosim ukimin balutei hayevonim. Somebody gave me this. No, I'm giving this. This I guess they're trying to take a page out of our book, and they're starting to go with demonstrations and stuff. Avi, today you have to go to one of these trees, like an acorn. This is a Roman acorn. Yevani. They decide this is a Roman acorn. That's what it says, Yevani. What's the point? The point is, if you notice on the bottom of this pot, what? Greek. Sorry. If you notice in this picture, I highlighted it a little bit because in the copy it didn't come out so good. But there were indentations on the bottom, the size, let's say, that look like apples. So when you put the dough into this pot and you flipped it over, so it came out with it looked like apples, or it looked like this on the top. That's what?
Why in that shape? Why the U shape?
Maybe because this is how it cooked better in those days. They had the fire come in the middle. I don't know. Oh, it's like they have in the bakery, you're saying, Rabbi Schoenberg. It's like in the bakery today, they put in the dough and you get 10 chalas. They're all connected and it's not shleimus, but it's 10. You go like this afterwards, yeah. Okay, I hear. V'oimer v'chol naso b'marcheshes v'al machmas. Almo al shum ha'kelim nikru v'loi al shum ma'aseyem. So it says not like you said, that it goes by the name of the kli, and it doesn't go by what the kli provides us, not on the mincha. Yes, correcto. And if a person says oila, he means the oila, not the knife. That's basically, yeah. Zog the Mishnah. Harele b'tanur. A person says, now as we saw, I don't know if you have these sheets. If somebody wants one of these sheets, I made the nice and improved one. I gave them out last night, but whoever wasn't there. This has, if anybody's interested, it has all the limudim. So, yeah, you want to grab from the bag, you can have in the bag. So in Pasuk Daled, it says Ma fetanur, mefurish. It says Ma fetanur. Chalos matzos, rikike matzos. Rikike matzos are wafers without oil. Chalos matzos are with oil. Ma fetanur. Fine. Guy comes, the shaila is, what happens if somebody, instead of saying a tanur, he says something that's similar to a tanur? What's a tanur in those days? Tanur, it was like a cylinder, it went up, it like an upside down cone. And they would bake on top of it or on the wall inside of it. So if anybody says that I'm bringing a tanur, he can't use a kupach like a toaster oven, like a little oven that only holds one kli versus two kelim. It's not a tanur. It's something else. It's called a kupach. And he can't do it on rafim. Like I think in Hebrew we say rafim, like tiles on the roof. Rafim would be tiles. You can't bake it on a tile. What?
It was just a mini tanur. Tanur held two kdeiros and kupach held one.
Yeah, but I think the shape is different also.
It was square.
Yeah, it was square like a toaster. That's why I said yeah.
Is the problem
But it is. You're right that it does hold less as well. It's just different. It's a different baking.
The size of the actual thing?
I think the product is different.
I'm saying the size of the product is different?
No, the actual product will comes out. If you put something in a pizza oven, it comes out different than if you put it in your home oven. You know, it's a different type of baking. And baking in a pot, harvim. Like I guess in those, even when we were kids, people used to bake sometimes on the stovetop. They would like make a cake on the stovetop. You know what I mean? Like you could do that. Put stuff in a pot and bake it instead of putting it in the oven if you didn't have oven. If he wants, if he feels like it, if he says tanur, a kupach is included in a tanur. So this machlokes we had twice already, and this is the makar, this is the Mishnah, that if somebody says, I'm bringing mafe, minchas mafe, he's not allowed to mix the two types of mafe. So in the pasuk it says mafe tanur, and then it says chalas matzos or kikim matzos. He can't bring half and half, according to the Tanna Kama. It's either 10 of these or 10 of these. Shimon mater, and Reb Shimon says you can bring 5 and 5. Shuhu korban echad. Because lemais at the end of the day it's mafe tanur. It's just different types of mafe tanur. They're all included in the same thing. Tonu rabbanon mafe tanur v'loy mafe kubach v'loy mafe rofim v'loy mafe yoyrois harvim. Rabbi Yehuda oimer tanur shnei pa'omim lahachshir mafe kubach. Since it says tanur twice, it says once in Perek Beis and once in Perek Zayin it says again tanur, 5 prakim later, and it's extra. We have a concept, a miut acher miut elel rabbis, and therefore it comes to be marba even a kupach. So not that he's saying that a kupach is a tanur, he's just saying I have a special riboy from the word tanur.
family of tanur?
Yes, but I still need a word in the Torah to say that it's mutter. Shimon Oimer, I don't have a miut acher miut over here. Why not? Tanur shnei b'ham echad shitei afilas b'tanur. The first one comes to tell me that I need to bake it in an oven, but the second one is not extra. Ve'echad sheyeh hekdeisham b'tanur, that it becomes kadosh kedushas haguf. It goes from kedushas damim to kedushas haguf through the tanur. Right? A person says, I'm going to bring a mincha, so now he elevated it to kedushas damim, but it didn't reach its final kedusha until it hits the tanur. As the Gemara umislei the Reb Shimon haisvara, does Reb Shimon say that the tanur gives a kedusha of atnan? Reb Shimon oimer loilam haviroga loimar shtei alechem v'lechem aponim ksheres ba'azara uksheres ba'beis pagi. A person should say that you should know that shtei alechem and lechem aponim don't become, they are kadosh even in beis pagi, which is outside of the azara. If beis pagi is outside of the azara, how did it become kadosh? Through an oven that's outside of the azara. If you're telling me that the oven gives kedusha, that's a major problem. And everybody discusses, how do you even have kedusha outside of the azara? How could something be kadosh and give kedusha outside of the azara? Maybe that gufa is what the Gemara is asking. It's impossible. They're asking that it will be a problem of yotzei. You go, if it became kaddish outside of the azara, so immediately it's yotzei. But even before that, how did it become kaddish? Amarava ema shehegdeshon l'shum tanur. So if you look at Rashi, look at 2 lines before the bottom, that a person, L'Shem Tanur, says Rashi, Shekesh Yagdisheno L'Soiles Yoimar, he must say with his mouth, Al Menas Le'efoiso Betanur Ani Magdisho. Very interesting. That a person should say out loud that he's Magdish it in order to put it in the oven. So that's the type of Kedusha. It doesn't mean that the Tanur is what causes the Kedusha. It means that he says it bepeh. And Rashi's L'Shitasa, like the famous Rashi, Rabbi David mentioned it again in there's Rashi in Zvach and Daf Aleph Amud Beis that says really mefurish. He says any time that you're talking about kachim, it has to be moitzi bepiv. And now that I mentioned Rabbi David is a tremendous Talmid Chacham, and he is starting to give a series of shiurim connected to the daf. At the end of the week, I'll give on what we learned at daf. His last year was really amazing. It was very captivating. It was very enjoyable. He kept on jumping from story to story, from thing to thing. We didn't hear the lumdus yet, but I'm sure it'll be good. It was just a lot. It was very, very enjoyable. Highly recommended. Unfortunately, this week we pushed him off, and next week he's in America. But I think afterwards. So
When's it gonna be?
I think Thursday nights at 9:45. Okay. Shkoyach. We plugged it. Huh?
After the
I don't know. No. I think we're canceling Jakobson for this.
We had a discussion.
Ooh, I just said that on video. Hopefully he doesn't watch this year.
Does this solve our discussion?
What?
Does this answer our previous discussions that in the space Agi?
Yeah.
Where does all the baking go on in the baking?
No. The baking I figured out where there's the baking happened. There was a special lishka. There was the ovens. It was opposite of the mizbeach.
But there was also areas Agi where they could bake outside by the time.
According to him, yeah.
Why do you need this dafka by a timer?
Well, what?
Menachos doesn't need to be the shame if you have a Menachos.
Yeah.
It's dafka din in timer. It's
No.
special. Like here,
No.
you need a special pasuk to tell me this, according to Rashi.
I don't know. L'chayr not. L'chayr, you're right. Everything. Okay. Harei olai minchas mafel lo yovi mechzo. So the Tanakama says, if a person says, I'm donating, it's an adava. Harei minchas mafa. So he has a choice. He can bring either chalos, he can bring rikikim, but he can't bring both of them together. Tanu Rabbanon v'chi takriv. It says in the pasuk v'chi takriv, pasuk dalid. Anybody has a sheet? It's pasuk dalid. V'chi takriv korban mincha mafetaner. What is v'chi takriv? If you feel like it, kishet takriv lasis dvar rishus. So basically, it's an adava. Korban mincha. Omer Rabbi Yehuda menayin lo omer harei lei minchas mafesh lo yovi mechzo chalis o mechzo rikikin tamad lo omer korban mincha. It's singular. It's not korbanos. Korban. Korban echad amarti lecha v'loi shnayim u'shloisha korbanos. So therefore, it has to be from one min. Either rikikin, you have to pick. Either rikikin or chalos. Omer Reb Shimon. So Reb Shimon, the Gemara says a very strong taina here. V'chinemar korban sheipa amim. It says v'chi takriv korban one time, and then it goes on to enumerate what they are. Chalos or rikikin. V'aloi l'derel korban echad. V'nemar boi chalos or rikikin. Ma'ata, and therefore ratzalavi chalos maybe rikikin maybe. Mechza chalos and mechza rikikin maybe. He can do whatever he wants. Now listen to this.
I was asking if you could bring 2 and 8.
Yeah, it says mefurish. You bring 2 and 8. Shkoyach. No, last night at the simcha, so we had the Daf Yomi share. So there were people brought their gemaras and they were staggering away in Daf Yomi. So I felt a little out of place. I asked him. I said, "It says 5 and 5 in the gemara. Could it be 3 and 7?" It seemed like it has to be mechza or mechza. So he says that who the Tiferes Yisrael says that yes, even 7 and 3 is. I didn't know what the svara would be either way. Like it has to be like almost like kazais and kazais. Like Rava said, it has to be kazais, and you have to do 2 kazaisim, and if you split it in half, then you have a shear in each, something like that. But it didn't really make sense. So he's saying no, 7 and 3 is also good. Okay. So listen to this. It says uboilalon v'koimitz mishneim. right, when we were doing the demonstration, go back to the demonstration, we pointed out then, and in that whole sugya, that when it comes to the bread, when do you do the kmitza? Very interesting. You do the kmitza after you bake it. So let's jump to Rashi for a second, because this is an interesting Rashi. Look at Rashi. After you bake it, hoiseson, umefarchan, ache machziron lesolton, Rashi says. You bring it all the way back to flour. And then you put in oil, and there's a lot of discussion here, we're not going to get into it. You pour in oil afterwards, you don't pour in oil afterwards. Rashi holds, you break it down to its original form of flour, and then you add oil, and then you do kmitza. But I thought we said back then, I'm just thinking, we said it's zui avoid the kasher sheba mikdash because it's so hard. But if it's back to the form of fine, so why is it so hard? We have to look into that as well. What does the first Yisrael say about that? Yeah, that's what it says. But that's not avoid the kasher sheba avoid. Avoid the kasher sheba mikdash was that you put it in your hand and you had to break it with his pinky and his thumb. You had to break that bread. That's what I thought. Okay, unless I'm missing something here. No. Avoid the kasher because you had to be strong. Okay, so that's the boil of Kodesh Shneim. Bim comments of all of Yodoi me'achod al Shneim yotza. Now,
maybe it's like we said again that the Avodah Kasha is. Remember we said that when it was fine and not baked, that it was hard to pack in the exact amount.
yeah, that's
so
fine.
You're going to break it back down again to such a fine.
But it says zui, this only by the mafa, then it would be by everything. It seemed like over there, and I think even Rashi says it's tough. It was
Tanner was by the others.
maybe
It was by the Menachos and the other ones.
no, it was mafet tanor. I think it was like tough. The marcheshes is not tough; it's soft.
Said a couple of times.
Maybe that's the answers. One of those answers. Like I'm missing something. Okay, fine. And if he only was able to get kmitza on, let's say, the rikikin and not the chalois, it's also good because it's all one mincha. It's part of one thing. Rabbi Yosef Rabbi Yehuda Omer, Menayin lo Omer harei alai minchas ma'av shelayovi mechza chalois and mechza rikikin. He's mechulak. So Rabbi Yosef Rabbi Yehuda says the same thing. You're not allowed to bring a combination of chalois and rikikin. How do I know? Talmud loymar v'chol mincha asher teyofa batanur v'chol nasa b'mercheshes v'almachmas l'koyin amag reisa loytia. Here, let me show you this puzzle. It's much easier like this. Who could see? Where does it stop? Halfway?
Need binoculars, yeah.
Judy, you could see it? It says v'chol mincha asher teyofa batanur. V'chol, again, it says v'chol. And then it says in Pasuk Yud, v'chol mincha belula. What is belula? It's a nedava. Belula b'shemen is a nedava. V'chareva, it has nothing to it, meaning minchas choyte. So it says v'chol over here, and down here it's referring to specifically two different minachos, a minchas nedava and a minchas choyte. So Memeli says up here also that says v'chol is also referring to two separate minachos. A minchas rikikin and a minchas chalois, which are both in the category of ma'af tanur, but they're two. How do I know the two? Because down here they're two. And over here it says v'chol, and over here it says v'chol. Fine. Now let's see it inside. It says v'chol mincha asher teyofa batana v'chol nasa b'mercheshes v'almachmas l'koyin ha'makriv v'yisa lo yisiyah v'chol mincha belula b'shemen v'charev l'chol b'nei Aaron tiyah. As we explained, belula means nedava, chareva means choyte. Ma v'chol omer lamata shnei minim chalukim, just like it's two separate types of menachos. Af v'chol omer lamalo shnei minim chalukim. V'Rabbi Yehuda shapir kamer Reb Shimon. At the end of the day, Reb Shimon had a very good taina. He said it doesn't say twice carbon. It says v'chi takriv carbon, one carbon. What? The Torah tells us what that carbon is. Chalos and rikikin are considered one carbon. If it would said chalos carbon, rikikin carbon, you're right. But it only says one carbon for both. Amalach kivin d'chsiv bashem and bashomen. And for this I also have a thingy here. It says v'chidagri carbon mincha ma'afet tanur. So this chalos matzis belulos bashemen. That's one carbon. Or rikikin matzis meshuchim bashomen, another carbon. I don't need the word carbon. The shemen shows us that it's 2 korbanos. It's much more geschmacker like this, right? Just reading from the Gemara, b'shemen, korban, what? Makes a little difference.
Isn't it a law with reading that the end of the pasuk is shaman and the middle is shemen? That many words. Shemen,
Yeah.
shaman.
What about it? Oh, listen to the Balkoyer. He's explaining to you.
It's not the.
I know, I'm saying.
Yeah, it means the same thing.
Says the Gemara what? He thought that was the Gemara?
Yeah.
Oy vey.
I meant to say, the fact that it says
Okay.
Shemen twice.
No, the fact that it says shemen twice is very similar to korban twice. Korban means 2 separate things, so shemen also means 2 separate korbanos. Keman dechsiv, korban dami. Verb shemen. So what is he going to? It's a good taina. It says shemen twice. Eloi kozav b'shemen b'shomen avamino davka mechza chalos umechza rikikin. I would think that you have to mix it. Adarabba. What's a mafetanor? Half rikikin and half chalos. Avachal z'chadayu rikikin z'chadayu emeloi. Kamash malon. Says the Gemara, Rabbi Yosi, Rabbi Yehuda, Hainu Avua. Rabbi Yosi is saying the exact same thing as Rabbi Yehuda. The halach is the same. Just the difference is, where do you learn it out from? Rabbi Yehuda said that it says Karban Mincha, a Lashon Yachid, right? Go to Amud Aleph. He says Karban Mincha. The last line, Karban Mincha, meaning singular. The pasuk is telling me that it's 1. Rabbi Yossi, Rabbi Yehuda, the son says, no, I learned it from Minchas Choyte. So what's the difference? The meaning would be very simple. If I went ahead and I did it. If I learn out from Karban Mincha, no. We have a yisoid that if the Torah tells us don't do something, the Torah has to repeat itself twice. If the Torah doesn't repeat itself twice, then it's not the end of the world. Don't do it, but if you did it, it's okay. But Rabbi Yossi, Rabbi Yehuda is saying, no. I'm comparing it to the second pasuk of Minchas Choyte. And we learned the other day that by Minchas Choyte, if you lo yasim alei shemen, you're over. So Memela, it would be pasuk completely. Zog the Gemara. Oh, that's it. Hadron alach kol hamenachos. Hadron alach kol hamenachos. We finished. Says the Mishnah.
Because it says it the second time?
No, because
he's agreeing with his father's
drasha
just
just
another one to
make it worse that it's like a minchas chayte. Says the Mishnah. Reb Shmuel Omer. 5 minutes. Reb Shmuel says Omer hayaba b'shabish mishalois sa'in. The Omer that you bring the following day after the first day of Pesach, if it falls out, that day falls out on Shabbos, you bring it from 3 sa. Ubechol, chomesh, you bring it from 5 sa. Rashi sticks in right over here. Could be we could wait till later on. That what's the difference between 3 and 5? Because you get very fine flour. The first flour that comes out, like similar to olive oil, the first drop, is mamish the most pure. So over here, zach. So over here, the first flour that comes out is very pure. So if you have 5 sa, you have more pure flour than 3 sa. So on Shabbos, it's better to get out from 3 sa than from 5 sa to do less chil Shabbos. The Gemara is going to explain why. It's Memanav Shach. If you get more from 5, so why in the weekday only 3? Use 5 in the weekday. On Shabbos, we only used 1 person and 1, what do you call that round thing?
Sight.
I'd rather say frankincense. Ubekuba achas, 1 box. Ubechari b'shloisha. Now in the weekday we do it with 3. B'sholish kupois, b'sholish magolos. Very interesting because we had this a bunch of times. Who was it that said, I'll tell you who said it? Antigonus, right. Yeah, it is a song. Akopanim, he had 2 Talmidim. Later on, in later generations, the things they went off a little bit because they thought that we're not going to get tzchar. So they had two Talmidim. One was Tzadok, and he started the whole cult called Zdukim, and then Beisus was the Beisusim. So the Beisusim held, because they weren't getting schar anyway, so they decided not to do the Torah, but they had to hold on to the Torah, otherwise it'd be a joke. So they held on to the Torah, but not the Torah Shabbal Peh. And what they did was they said that it says Machras HaShabbos by Korban Pesach, by the Omer it says Machras HaShabbos. So they held it has to be Sunday. No matter what, if Pesach comes out on a Monday, you wait all the way to Sunday to do the Omer. Machras HaShabbos. Stop to make people crazy. So in order to show that they're wrong, so they made a whole ceremony. They took 3 people with 3 magolim, whatever, and 3 boxes, and they started, and they screamed different things, koitzer, and they made a whole thing out of it to show that they are wrong. We're doing it.
Pesach was on Shabbos, and the next day everyone was doing it somebody else.
Okay, fine, yeah.
Oh, that's something else.
Yeah, that's what you think. I don't think so. I don't remember. Akoponim. B'chachamim oimrim echod Shabbos ve'echod choil b'shloisho b'sholish kupois u'b'sholish magolis. 3 people, no matter what. If it's Shabbos or Sunday or Monday, it's 3 people, 3 kupois, 3 magolis. Bishlam Rabbanan asked the Gemara Kasavri Yisori Mufchar Misholish Sor Nasi. I understand. You could get the best flour out of 3. It makes sense. So that's why even the weekday, don't use 5 saw. All you need is 3 saw. If he holds that to get the best, you need to use 5 saw of wheat. So let him use 5. It's not Chil Shabbos. We want to get the best for the Beis Hamikdash. And if you can get the best from 3, so then why trouble yourself on the weekdays to get from 5? Rashi sticks in here. So the Pashup shot is, I could get the same thing from 3 as I get from 5, but it's going to take more work. And on Shabbos, don't do more work. But Rashi says no. You could get better. You get aleph, aleph, aleph from 3. You get aleph, 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 aleph. The mehudah shemehudah, the type of adasin that has 6 alephs on it, that you get from 5. But it's still very, very good that from 3. It's better to get it from the 5. B'Shabbos mutuv sheyarbe b'melacha achas bahar koda. It's better to do 1 melacha, which is to sieve it. V'yarbe melacha is harbe, and don't do many. What?
Do you have to do more melachas?
Yeah, to go from 5, you have to do more. Omer Rabbi Rabbi Shmuel Benoy. Should we stop here and start the sugya? It's kind of it's a long sugya. It's a very long sugya and it's easy. Yeah, okay, fine. We'll finish down the page. Whoever on Motzei Shabbos can start from the beginning. Omer Rabbi Shmuel. Whoever wants to leave now, it's 100. You can always leave whenever you want. Omer Rabbi Shmuel Benoy Rabbi Yochanan B'Broika Omer Davar Echad. The svara of these 2 are the same. The sanya arba'as shechalis b'Shabbos mafshit es hapezach hadachazan. If you, how do you say it in English? Take off the skin, the hide of the. Skin it. Okay. So they would hook the animal on a hook, and they would remove its skin. The question is, on Pesach, all you need to do to skin it, to flay it. No, that's not the word. To get to the imurim, you have to skin it. So maybe just skin it up until the area where the imurim are. Who says to go all the way down to its legs?
Why do you have to skin it off and just cut it up?
You can't. No, yeah. In order to get it, it's not nice. You skin it.
They would skin it and put it on the spit. It looks good.
There is Shmuel. B'nai Shmuel from Broka. V'chacham ha'morim. Achi yavshel is kuloi.
Whole thing.
So memela, it's the same kind of concept. If you don't have to do it on Shabbos, don't do it. So over here also, you don't have to use 5, use 3. Milayama Rabbi Shmuel ben Yosef Rabbi Yochanan Broik Asam Kolecha Devshar Loitarchinon Hachanami Kiven Devshar Loitarchinon. So over here also, since I could get away with 3 saw, why should I do 5 saw? Mimai. Who says that it's comparison? Dilmaat kan like Amar Rabbi Shmuel Acha Elo Deleke Bezoyin Kachim. Maybe it's not nice that the animal is hanging there on the hook with half its skin on, half its skin off. So remove the whole thing. But over here, he'll say use 3 and not 5. Inami ad kan lekom Rabbi Shmuel ben Yoshua ben Broiko some mela de saveli tzorch gavoya lo tzorch chuli Shabbos aval hachad lo saveli tzorch gavoya v'tzorch la chuli Shabbos. By removing the rest of the skin, you're not gaining anything you're not doing any help for the HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But over here, you're getting a better. We said 5 is a little bit better than 3. It's just not necessary. But you're doing something better for the Beis Hamikdash. So Mela, maybe he would say that you're allowed to do even from 5. Fine, we'll stop here. A Guten Shabbos, again, Motzi Shabbos at 9:15. Yud Aleph? Avi. Yud Aleph?